Good morning and happy Tuesday, everyone. It's Ian back with Allison. This week, we are talking about really bringing our project to life. So you guys have done a lot of work to get to this point, and now we've got to start packaging things. And what I'm going to talk about next is brand. Brand is something we don't often think about every single minute of our lives, but brands are around us everywhere we turn. Brands are on the jeans that we're wearing, on the phones that we use, the pencils we pick up to write with, the cleaning supplies we're using in our home. All of these things are made, under the umbrella of a brand. And people place significant value in brand, and companies place significant value in brand. And they spend a lot of time developing brands that people trust. So when we talk about the project that you guys are working on, we want you to think about creating a brand that people will identify with your project. So I'll use the example I just picked up. This is a Clorox cleaning wipe, a disinfecting wipe. And in the United States, Clorox is a brand that is seen as trusted for being able to clean messes and disinfect surfaces and keep your home safe from all sorts of viruses and bacteria and things like that. So this is a brand that people really, really identify with that sort of work of, keeping things clean, and they trust it. When people are in an aisle in a supermarket and they are making decisions between Clorox and another brand, Clorox is a name that's going to stand out to them because they've heard it for years and years and years, and they've seen that brand do what it says it does. So the brand has built itself a reputation. Now, a lot of people will say that, the brand is the reputation and the way people think about it, but there's more to that, right? So brand is all of those things plus the creative behind it. We talked before about skills that some of you bring to the table, and I mentioned that I am a designer by training, right? So I went to school to study graphic design, and we spent a lot of time studying the psychology behind design and why brands look the way they do. This brand, again, Clorox, uses a whole lot of blue in its coloring. Blue is a color that evokes trust and makes people feel calm and comfortable, makes people feel like they're at home and that they can feel safe with something. So you'll see a lot of brands using blue, everything from Oreo to Ford Motor Car to Clorox to United Airlines. All of these brands have chosen blue, to Google, Facebook, right? All these kinds of brands have chosen blue as a primary color in their brand representation because it means all of those things I mentioned before. So one of the things we're going to have you think about this week, again, as I mentioned, is designing your brand. So whoever had those skills when you guys did your assessment should be jumping into this project with arms wide open, ready to design a brand that really amplifies your message and helps tell your story. A couple of things to think about. We already talked about color. Hopefully you guys have started thinking about a name for this project and a name for the initiative that you're behind. But the naming of your product, whether it's Clorox or Ford or Facebook or whatever, is also going to be important. You want it to be short and succinct, something that people really recognize when they remember. It's easy to remember, not long and drawn out. You don't want an initiative that's got 13 words in it, right? Think about things like hands offering hope. It's clear, it's short, 3 words, easy to understand. You're going to want to think about the designing of a logo or of a symbol of some sort, right? So a logo is often made up of 2 elements. One, a word, a mark, and then the second being the actual graphic mark that helps tell that story or amplifies it. So in Facebook's case, early on, that was the thumbs up. United Airlines, as I mentioned before, uses a globe, right? They travel the world. They use a globe to help tell that. Think about what stands out to you. In years past, when we've worked with the Institute, we've put on things like a coffee shop. And some of the former students have done great jobs drawing characters or icons that represented the coffee shop and tried to differentiate their coffee shop from other businesses in the area. So think about, again, a symbol or something that really represents the work that you're doing and bring it to life through those graphics. We're going to put together some materials for you that you've got with you. All of those things will help walk you through that process of thinking about all of those steps and more. Shoot us questions on WhatsApp if you've got any.